It's happening right here at the Radio Days Africa 2016, live in Johannesburg, South Africa. I am Oyinlola Saleh. I'm reporting live, and it's going to be a really wonderful event. I mean, it's 3 days. We have a lot of wonderful speakers, and we have one especially who is from RNTC, and his name is Jonathan Groubert, and it's about Tell Me a Story. I mean, it's going to be very interesting, and you need to certainly listen to this one here.
Okay, my name is Jonathan Groubert, and I'm a trainer at the Radio Netherlands Training Center, or RNTC, and we're a media training organization. We travel all around the world, and we give media training to organizations that ask for basically whatever they want, tailor-made trainings. I was in Nepal for 3 weeks last year, for example, giving training to Radio Nepal, and they wanted to learn everything from storytelling to how to recognize a target audience to how to conduct an excellent interview, because you need to humanize a story rather than just giving people statistics. Give them a character. Give them a real live human being that they can care about. Tell them why things matter. If people can care about that human being, if they can humanize the elements of the story, then rather than just listening to the cold statistics that are presented to us in most news stories, they will actually feel, they will emote, it will matter to them on a deep In fact, I say that radio is far better at telling a narrative. And you know, we people who work in radio often say that radio has the best pictures, simply because if you tell a story in the right way, if you use descriptive language, if you say what you see, then people have to use their imaginations. Their minds are far more active, rather than being presented with images that somebody else has selected for them. So in fact, listening to a narrative, listening to a story through the form of radio is the best way to hear a story, maybe even better than reading it, as far as I'm concerned. And I could tell you that in the United States, where podcasting is all the rage, most of the new programs that are being made are, in fact, narrative journalistic programs, simply because they are so effective at reaching people, at making people care about a story, about making them understand what matters. And that's the reason why I choose to teach narrative journalism and storytelling.
I am Oyinlola Saleh from TVC News Africa. Right here with me is a very wonderful lady all the way from BBC
My name is
Media
Patricia
Action.
Sinyangwe from BBC Media Action in Zambia. I'm working on a project called Tikambe, which means Let's Talk. It's a project basically looking at sexual and reproductive health for young people aged between 11 and 24.
What BBC Media Action actually stands for? I mean, what do you stand for?
Well, in Zambia, it's I could say the charity wing of the BBC. In Zambia, we are working on governance and sexual and reproductive health. So we have different projects that are looking at these different aspects. Tikambe, Let's Talk. I think for us, the biggest challenge would be talking about issues surrounding sexual and reproductive health for young people. I think that's a major challenge, because you have young people that that would love to talk about these issues that affect them, but they don't know how to go about it. They are talking about it amongst themselves in terms of sex, but they may not be getting the correct information. So this is where we come in supporting these radio stations, partner radio stations that we're working with, to provide accurate information for young people on their sexual and reproductive health. For me, I would say that, first of all, we've gotten conversations going. We've had young people talking about things that they wouldn't normally talk about, like a young person that has gone through maybe sexual abuse, or, as we would say, defilement. For us, I think that's a major achievement, and that's what we are about, getting the conversation started. Let's talk, giving young people that platform to be able to talk about issues that are affecting them, be it their rights when it comes to sexual and reproductive health, be it anything that could affect them, also giving them information on where to get help in case they need help. Have you been abused? Where do you go? What are the steps to follow? If you're in school, you have this teacher. For BBC Media Action, I think for us, if we're able, like I was saying, to get that conversation going, to bring policymakers maybe accountable to the young people, I think that would be a great achievement. And for us, it's about seeing our partner radio stations being able to produce programs properly and give out information to young people, accurate information for their good when it comes to sexual and reproductive health.
This was definitely a wonderful interview that we had with a wonderful personality from BBC Media Action, and we've learned a lot of things from what she's doing there and what's happening in Zambia, and also how media is influencing the youth. So it's a wrap. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to next year's event, and I hope you enjoy this. This is Oyinlola Saleh reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa.